you mentioned what common sense, reality. Dan Le Batard's not living in that. Here is Dan Le Batard on his show discussing LeBron James and what LeBron, as the flag bearer, symbolizes to America today.
I don't think we understand how unfair we've been to excellence during an era over the last 20 years, social media, mocking people. He was always chasing Michael, always chasing Michael. To see him holding that American flag, and that flag means something different than it did 20 years ago, but the thing holding it doesn't, it's still excellence for 20 years. Today's Ali. And you know how hard it is to tackle Michael Jordan as America's ultimate winner? Not even Brady could do it because he wasn't first. We have watched for 20 years somebody who holds that American flag in the middle of the Olympics, and once upon a time, right, because we don't treat Team USA this way. We don't treat anymore what it is that we're watching of this team and make it feel like it did when it was Jordan and Barkley. But imagine Michael Jordan at the end of everything, not shooting jumpers for the Wizards, older than any athlete out there and still deserving of holding the flag, how emotional you would have been watching it because you're so much nicer to him.
Yeah, I just I shake my head when I hear the Muhammad Ali reference because, I mean, if any, love him or hate him in the moment with Ali, because there were plenty who just couldn't stand what he was standing for. And now he's viewed different. But the opposite of Ali is LeBron, who comes across as fake and phony and contrived and scripted and acting and just not up to speed on whatever current event or current book that he's currently talking about in front of the camera. It's the best representative for Team USA, LeBron James, but as far as the best symbol of, nearly bringing Dan Le Batard to tears, discussing what he's thinking about when he sees LeBron James carrying our flag, it's not even close to the beliefs and the words, the actions, and the thought that was put into what Muhammad Ali stood for.
Yeah, and first off, I think we could probably have more conversations about Coco Gauff as a flag bearer after her performance yesterday, as opposed to LeBron James.
Steph Curry was a finalist, I believe.
Yeah, and LeBron James makes a lot of sense as the flag bearer.
Sure.
So I take no
it's not
issue
the flag
with
bearer.
that.
It's just the
right. Now, I do take issue with when Dan Le Batard says the flag means something a lot different now than it did 20 years ago. Does it? I don't. What's happened in the last 20 years that the flag now means something
2004,
different?
we were certainly more unified as a country.
Right, but we're still a country. I mean,
Sure.
I guess he's saying that like the right has adopted the flag more than the left. So now I don't associate with the American flag because people that support the American flag don't agree with me politically. Is that his argument?
Yeah, people view it as 50-50 on how you view where you stand within the country. It's not as unified.
Yeah, which is sad to me.
So I saw this on social, Chad, a split screen of the ball dropping in New York in 2003, I believe was a year. And then the ball dropping in New York this past year. And the mood and the party, I guess the happiness on the faces, the celebration, vastly different. Totally different from 20 years ago to now.
2003 was a hell of a year, I will say.
But I mean, I'm saying like when I'll send the link to Davey, see if we could get it on in a bit. But it is something that it is from the same camera angle and everything, and you just don't see the same.
I don't think the flag's
the joy's not there.
I disagree strongly with Dan Le Batard on a couple of things. One, no, he's not Muhammad Ali.
No.
Muhammad Ali risked his personal safety for the things he stood for. What LeBron James is standing for is heralded by 80% of media members is a rough estimate. I mean, Dan Le Batard included, who is getting emotional talking about LeBron James because LeBron James spouts every single thing he believes in all the time. So it makes him emotional, and that's fine. Whatever. People agree. People disagree. I've got no big issue with that, but he's not Muhammad Ali. And the second thing is the flag means something a lot different now than it did 20 years ago. I disagree with that. Yes, we are more divided than ever, but our country is our country. It's still the United States of America. That flag meant a lot to me when I watched in the opening ceremonies on Friday night. And it meant a lot to LeBron James and Coco Gauff as they were on the front of that battleship holding the American flag. And it meant a lot to all the athletes from very different places in the country, socioeconomic backgrounds, political beliefs, everything, that all had many American flags waving. I didn't see a lot of difference in the way they felt about that flag as opposed to the way the athletes in the 2004 games in Athens felt about the American flag. So two big disagreements I have with Dan Le Batard in that one rant would be the LeBron James comparison to Muhammad Ali, absolutely not, and that the American flag means something different now than it did 20 years ago. It doesn't.
Well, in the post I just sent to the crew here, the contrast and enthusiasm between the New Year's celebrations of 2002 and 2024 in New York City's Times Square is truly striking, and it is. Also striking is, LeBron going after police officers and deleting tweets. He's ripping Daryl Morey, who is taking a stand against China and the human rights for Tokyo.
Did he say he was uneducated? Wasn't that the line?
Uneducated, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to get his education straight.
Forcing his hand to have his son drafted. I mean, we can go on and on. And speaking of uneducated, I mean, the guy's always on page 2. We always reference that. But time and time again, he goes down this path where he wants to act like he knows everything. Again, it's contrived. Even on the smallest of issues, like, oh, you really love The Godfather. Here is LeBron James, while on a tour with the NBA, he's being asked about what his favorite Godfather quote is, because earlier he had said that he loves the Godfather series.
It is a question not related to the game, but since it has been a lot of publicity yesterday and today about Godfather Part 2, which is the scene or the moment or the phrase or the quote you like more from the movie?
Oh, from The Godfather. It's too many different phrases and too many different lines in that movie to just categorize one.
But which is the one which inspires you, represents you more?
I mean, each movie is 9 hours long. I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, there's so many. I don't know. I'll let you pick one, and I'll roll with it. It's a great trilogy.
Dude's never seen it.
I don't. If he has, he probably watched it in the background or something one time, and could not pick out one moment in the whole time when Michael goes in the bathroom where the gun's hidden and he kills the guy. I mean, he didn't even let him out. Not even a quote. Could be a quote, a moment, a phrase,
what represents
a performance. It could have been anything.
What was your favorite?
I mean, he could have picked anything about the movies.
Head. You could anything you want.
It could have been Marlon Brando's performance. He could have said that and gotten away with it, and the guy would have moved on. I love the Italian guy asking the question too.
Yeah, it's like because it's not basketball related, but you mentioned this earlier. I'm just curious what your favorite line is in the film. There's so many phrases. Is that what he said? So many phrases.
Yeah, I think LeBron is. If I can kind of armchair psychologist this thing,
sure.
I think that. He's not dumb.
No.
But he's not overly intelligent either. He's very normal, very average intelligence. He's super intelligent basketball-wise. Like he's a
chess player.
Yeah, his mind is very complicated when it comes to the game of basketball. He is a genius when it comes to seeing things on the court and knowing the game of basketball, which is great for his profession. I think he's a guy who didn't go to college, who's heard on social media and from everyone for a long time that he graduated from high school and not college. He knows a lot of college-educated people, and I think he's overly defensive about that. So I believe he projects himself as someone who knows more than he does in the way he's trying to speak, and he's trying to sound more intelligent than he actually is. I don't think he's dumb at all, but I think when he's doing things like the Oprah book club thing, where he carries the books in and starts acting like he's read it and he likes different aspects of it, then doesn't know anything about it, I believe that's overcompensation for not going to college.
There's so many.
Which, by the way, I wouldn't have gone to college either if I were LeBron James back in 2003.
But now,
which was a very happy year at the New Year turn, as Hutton told us.
Yeah, man, it was. It is striking. We'll get that coming up. The the self-made millionaires, the list of the most successful people on the planet who did not go to college. Kobe Bryant, you're mentioning. I'm just automatically thinking of Kobe Bryant.
Well, LeBron's on that list. I mean, he's
No
a
doubt.
billionaire.
No, I know.
Yeah,
but
without
I'm
going to
saying, like, in
college.
just terms of how you come across.
Yeah.
And time and time again, LeBron's caught in these, not even lies. It's just caught in these fake moments where you're just like, dude, why even waste your energy on this? To come across as the know-it-all. I don't even know if it's wanting to prove that he's smarter than everyone as much as it is just trying to act like he's a dictionary.
Yeah.
He's been there, done that.
Hutton, if you asked me a question about Step Brothers,
well,
I'd be able to answer it.
Yeah.
Having seen it multiple times
you
and
ask
really
me,
enjoying that film.
About
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. I'm not going to say, man, there's so many phrases. You pick one. I don't know.
Man, the movie's, it's over 2 hours, right? I don't know if I can pick a single moment, a phrase. I mean, you pick one.
How is Team USA, where currently LeBron's on the floor, I believe. Durant is. I can see him.
LeBron is on the floor.
Okay, they're playing South Sudan, who they narrowly escaped in an exhibition earlier. It was a 1-point game where LeBron hit the game-winning shot.
Yep.
101-100.
They survived a couple shots
They're
to the basket.
now up 85-68 as we look at this live in the fourth quarter, 6.5 minutes to play. They were 29-point favorites going into this game.
I got South Sudan at 29.5. I took South Sudan plus 29.5. They were 43.5-point favorites the first matchup. They won by 1 point, 42-point difference. They're 29.5-point favorites the second go-around, and I don't know that they're going to cover that. They might.
They started.
Time.
Steve Kerr started Jason Tatum today.
Well, since I've been watching, South Sudan is winning the game. When I walked in, it was 40-21 in the second quarter.
Okay.
And now it's back up to a 19 game. So it's been tied from the moment I walked in, from the second quarter on.
Just looking at all these players, man, it's insane. Davis.
It's a great collection of talent.
It is. And we don't know much about them, in the grand scheme of things. The entertaining aspect, the interest level of the individual.
The older guys we do. I'd say, the younger generation.
There's 2 or 3, though. Like, the Dream Team's way different, right?
Yeah.
It's just...
Dream Team was still in a monocultural time where everyone cared about a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
Where a TV show on a network could captivate America, not just segments of America, all of America would tune in.